going to struggle a lot with motivation for online school. I think I'm going to struggle with like the space I have. Even though it's a good space, my problem is that it faces a wall, and like outside at the back, as you can see, is really sunny and bright and beautiful, and I'm like literally have my back turned to that beautiful weather, and at the moment my space is a mess. So I wanted to make this video on how I'm going to like streamline and prepare like my study space to do online school. So I have classes all online. I have to watch videos for like clinical skills, for labs, and I'm sure there'll be other things that pop up. I also have to run tutorials from Zoom, which is something else I have to figure out today. At the moment I've got an iPad for taking notes. It's about 3 years old, but it's still going strong, so I use that as well as my computer. So I have like the lecture playing, take notes on my iPad, and then when I'm writing notes I have my notes that I took in the lecture up on my screen, and then I have like a new pad open in my iPad. So what I want to do is show you how I'm going to tidy up this space. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. At the moment, well, up until last week, I really didn't use it a whole lot. It was more like a dumping ground for stuff, because I always like studied at uni or on the kitchen table, but I don't want to like set up on the kitchen table because obviously like I use that to eat and do other things. So what I'll do is I'll give you an overview of my space, and then you can watch me clean it, I guess, or you can watch me organize. I'll talk you through how I'm going to organize it to hopefully be really motivated and productive. So yeah, let's get started. Come and organize my desk with me. So I'll just give you an overview of the space. This is my desk space. I've got like old years work up the top, storage cabinets, obviously my desk, and then like all my stationery. I also have like wires in here, and this is a stationery cupboard that I share with someone else. And then I've also got my dog sleeps down there at night, and sometimes when I study she just comes and sits in here and hangs out with me. You can hear her now. And it comes around the corner, and then I've just got like some books and other stuff here. It's quite messy. I obviously need to sort it out so that my mind can be productive. Okay, so I have a pencil subscription. So that's all of these boxes is every quarter. So I get 4 boxes a year. For example, it's by the brand Blackwing. So this is like the Bar House edition. And then recently I got like a surfing one and stuff like that. Then they have their limited edition collection. Each time you get a box you get a pencil and a tube. Pens in here like permanent markers that are never used. More pencils. I'm a massive pencil fan. Nice blue and black pens, coloured pens, highlighters. So like I definitely don't need 2 things of highlighters. More coloured pencils. Pens that don't fit anywhere else, not as nice. Blue and black pens. Pencils that are in use, so ones that I'm currently using and other pens I'm currently using. Coloured felt tips. Coloured pens. This has like pin tacks in it. This has erasers to go on the end of the pencils, and paper clips, scissors, ruler, random stuff. On the back behind the stationery is essentially like pictures of my life before I started uni. So a lot of my skiing stuff, some family stuff, and a lot of that blue tack you can see is like peeling off. They've fallen down behind here. So what I'm going to do is fix that and rearrange those a little bit. Then down here, randomly, I have like nail cuticle clippers, nail file, broken headphones, nail file, more headphones, equipment at the moment that needs sorting out, a lot of wires. Then we've got my iPad. I was just using this to get the excess footage off here. My computer, got my phone hanging out, a water bottle. This is a cleanser I just used to clean my computer screen and iPad screen, especially with this weird virus going around. You never know what. I've just got random stuff here. My mouse, keep that out. This had M&Ms in it. It's my snack bowl. I burn a candle when I study. At the moment, it's this Christmas diptyque one. I've burned quite a lot. It smells so good, and I love having a scent when I study. So this is a beautiful candle, and I always try and have a candle burning when I study. This is my to-do list book, and this is some gum so that my breath always feels fresh. Over here, I just have some inspirational pictures. So I probably don't need all of these out, but they're just quite nice. And then I've just got an empty box, and I obviously at some point thought this was cute and I should keep stuff in it. So maybe I'll put all my extra pens and stuff that I'm not using in here and chuck that in the stationery cupboard. I've got my computer case, my iPad case, more colour pencils. So that's great. I've got some textbooks, a snorkel that has to go back to my friend Ray because it belongs to her neighbour, and this is also for Ray's cousin Aria. So this is just one of my palettes that I don't use, so I need to give her this bag and that snorkel. I've got random stuff up there, like a book, some coins, whatever, colour pens like felt tips. These are the best pens. They're the Tombow acid free, and they're double end, so they've got this brush on one end and a fine tip on the other. And if I'm writing paper notes, which sometimes I do like to do, this is amazing because they don't go through paper. And then I just have my humanities book, which is a gen ed paper I'm doing, just in narrative metaphor. And that is an overview of my very crowded, very messy desk space. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is get this empty box and go through all my pens and see if there's any that don't work and chuck them out, and then the ones that do work that don't need to be on my desk I'm going to chuck in here. Got this bit of paper, and we're literally going to go through and see which ones work. It turns out expensive pens from Kiki K dry out way quicker than these cheap as Bic pens. So maybe don't spend your money on nice Kiki K pens. Okay, so out of this whole tin of pens, oh, there was a pencil. Only these ones didn't work, so we're going to keep the rest, but they're going to go into this box. Just chuck these in the bin. Okay, and then fingers crossed these pens fit in this box. Perfect, and we can probably fit even more stuff in this box as well. And we've emptied up a whole pot. This is just a garden pot from Kmart. I'm going to work through highlighters. So I've got both of my things of highlighters here. I definitely don't need 2 things of highlighters. I want to keep this bowl out because I made this bowl. This is just the same from Kmart that we can get rid of. I'm going to put any double ups straight in the box if they work. So that's bowl number 1 empty. But what I'm going to do is, these are the ones that I want to keep so far. I'm going to put them back in, and I put them back in colour side up so you can see the colours. And also these are probably my favourite highlighters, the pastel Stabilo ones, and I think they look cute, and I'm all about that aesthetic if I'm writing notes by hand. So far that's almost full, so we're going to go through these, and we probably won't keep many of these out at all. I'm assuming that they'll also cross colour. I'm going to keep these 2 pens out. They're Staedtler highlighters, but they're like really thin line, so they're really good for like underlining, like drawing around rather than actually going over your writing. So I just have 2 of these, and I'm going to keep them out. I love the smelly ones from Daiso because they actually smell really good. The grape ones are great, but they're not like the most amazing quality highlighters, so I'm just going to put them in the box for now. This is quite interesting. This is a text surfer gel. It's kind of like a text surfer gel. It's kind of like a crayon. That's quite nice and different too, so I'll probably keep this one out. So I've got all the highlighters I want to keep out in this bowl. And now I've got 2 empty ones of these. Oh. Yeah, I've got two empty ones of these now, which I can use to store things in the cupboard, or I can use so I don't have as such crowded bowls. And I'm just going to leave everything down on this level instead of up on that little shelf, so that I can come along and just clean that shelf, because it probably hasn't been cleaned in a really long time and it's looking quite dusty. Might just try and fit some of these permanent markers in that I don't need or use as much. I have some sort of problem or addiction when it comes to Japanese stationery. A lot of my pens are Japanese. These Pro Marker Winston & Newton pens are really nice, but I did find that they go through the paper, so unless I'm using like quite thick art paper to do drawings, title pages, or things like that, or just using thick paper in general to do my study, then these don't work as good. So I might put these away for now. But they are really nice pens, and they are double-ended, so they've got like a thick end and then a fine tip, and I do like when pens have those options. So these are the pastel set, and I'm just going to put that away in here, and that'll be my box full. So I'm going to put this away in the cupboard, and we've got another empty cup, and this one is like a camping cup. So I think I don't want this one out of my desk. I just kind of want to keep it aesthetic and no ugly cups. Another thing I like to do for cups is old candle holders. This is a old candle holder by Diptyque. This is another scent that I really like. I actually have another one of these in black up on my shelf to burn when this one in the background runs out. But when you burn through a candle, it's just nice like to keep the jar, and you can keep pens in it. So I just took this drawer out of my drawers in the cupboard, and this is about 1 pen deep. So what I might do is just take these Pro markers out of the box and add them into here, and then I'm going to put these pens in here as well, along with these felt tips. So that just makes these pens a little bit more accessible when I want to get to them, rather than being in like the bottom of a box like this. I've got some colour pens, more colour pens, my used pencils that are in use, and more colour pens. So I'm just going to go through. Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? Say hello. Say hi. At one point in time, I got into bullet journaling, and apart from my Tombow pens, I quite liked these zebra, I think they're zebra mild liners. Yeah, they look like this. They just say like mild liner. I'm pretty sure I got mine just from Amazon, but they're quite cool, and they write really nicely, like the thick lines are really cool if you're bullet journaling and want to like make boxes or things like that. So like I'll put these in here as well. These are my multicolored pens, and I only really need one of these out. So, or maybe two. Red, blue, green, black, and then I've got a pink, green, blue, purple. So we'll just see which ones work the best. I'm not going to put any of these pencils away just because they're the pencils that I'm currently using, and I do really enjoy using pencils, and it'll be annoying if I have to go in the cupboard all the time to get them out. And this is another thing that I made at pottery class, and I do quite like it. It's turquoise on the inside and white on the outside. Cute little touch, and this I think looks quite cute with my aesthetic. I'm back. I found spots for everything in the cupboard, and it's not getting too messy yet. This is another empty candle holder, which I like the aesthetic of, so I do want to keep this out. But all these are all brand new pencils that I'm not currently using, so they don't need to be out. So I might transfer those to this spare Kmart case. Oh. And leave this one empty for other things I need. This is also an old candle holder, and these are my favorite pens in here. You can see it's like jam-packed, like they don't fit. So I need to go through and get rid of any doubles and any pens that have run out and things like that. And then I might transfer it to one of these clear ones, because I think that these clear glass candle holders are going to be more my aesthetic than the black ones. I just want to bring like bright and light and white to the my space, so I might switch this for this, but I need to test them all first. Cool, so that's this one done. These are all the pens which I love, which work. These are ones that I love less but still work, so no point throwing away. And then only 3 didn't work, so I'll chuck those out. These are my favourite thick pens. They're the Mitsubishi Pencil Jetstream. I think they're called like Uniball Roller, in the 1mm thick. So I'm going to have 2 blues and 2 blacks. Then these 2 pens here are from like a Harry Potter play I went to in Melbourne, and they're just like really nice heavy pens to write with, and they write really smooth, so I'm going to get both of those out. And then I like to have a couple of really thin pens and then a couple of really inky pens. So the thin pens that I quite like at the moment are just these Mitsubishi number 460 pens. So I'll keep one of those out, as well as, where's my other thin pen? Oh, this Fairmont Hotel pen. I don't know, you just get it from like a Fairmont hotel. And then there's these Pilot pens. These, I think they're like 0.4 or 0.6. They're just like the Pilot pens where the lid comes off. They're really nice. So we have a blue and a black one of those. Black, blue. Do I have a blue one? Oh yeah, blue. And then for inky pens, I really like the Uniball Signo pens with the lid like this. This pen here is really nice. Really thin to get like beautiful fine lines. And I will just be keeping a double-ended Sharpie as well. So that's pretty much full. I thought that I might be able to fit some more stuff in there, but I don't think so. So I've got these two, they're like metal cups that could just go away, back into the cupboard. These are going into the stationery cupboard. And actually, I wonder if these can fit in there, the essentials. This is another mug I made. It's pretty average looking, but I might make it back into a mug. It can be recommissioned into a drinking mug. So it's just, I also put the name of like my apartment or like the street I live on the bottom. It says Vinegar Lane. I don't know if you can see that. I thought I'd be really cute and original when I was making this. So good times. I've got another class coming up, so hopefully I'll be able to make some matching stationery cups for up here and some cuter mugs, not like this mug, but there you go. So all that I've got left in terms of stationery is my whole pencil collection up there. These colour pencils, which are made from like Japanese newspapers, which I might just put away. Rulers and scissors. So scissors come in really handy around the house, not just in stationery. So I'm going to keep these out, as well as rulers. I'm going to keep these out too. These are quite cute, and they're going with the aesthetic that I want, which is like white, bright space. So I'm trying to get rid of like any black colours essentially. And these are just toothbrush holders from Kmart. Kmart is always coming through. Okay, so my miscellaneous stuff includes a picture of me flying on a broom. Can you tell that I froth Harry Potter? These are my tickets to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child in Melbourne. Hand sani, you always need this. You never know what you've touched. A bit of granite from Yosemite. It's just like, you know, a little reminder of travels, but I don't need to have it out. Tissues, random cards for stuff. I just want to see if any of these are expired. None of these are expired, and they're actually all good to go. So I should put some of them in my wallet. I just don't have the space. Alright, so I've finished emptying it. I'm going to show you how horrific my desk looks now. So this is my desk now. You can see like a few of my pictures have fallen off, and I've got some more pictures here I want to put up. A few of them are peeling off, but now I can wipe all along here and then put some of this stuff back. So I've just got some Dettol spray and a cloth, and I'm just going to spray that shelf and wipe it down, and then I'll be able to put everything back up. Now I've just got some fresh blue tack, and I'm going to go in and restick all the pictures that are falling off, and I can also figure out if there's any like that I want to switch around, pictures that I don't want anymore, that sort of thing. So my battery died and I got hot. I don't know where I was up to, but I'm going to finish sticking the photos up. So I've got a couple more spaces I could fill up in that backboard, and I've got these like photo albums full of my old Polaroids. So what I might do is just go through these and pick a few Polaroids that I might like to put up. Like I've got one of like the Coachella wheel. So essentially here my microphone died, so I was just going through and telling you what pictures I chose, why I chose them, and things like that. In this clip, my microphone was also dead, but essentially I'm just putting stuff back where it belongs and tidying it up so I can start to wipe the desk. So I've had a break, my microphone died, so that's just charging, and my goal now is to essentially get rid of everything on my desk and just put it somewhere else. And as I do that, I'm just going to go through and figure out what needs to be staying in this area and what doesn't, and then I need to figure out where it needs to go.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
I've got these frames for like Polaroids. They're just like cute little frames that you put your Polaroids in. They have like glitter and stuff. And I had them lining that wall up there, so I might just bring them to the front and not have anything else up there apart from pictures for now.
You just gotta know it'll all be fine, it's okay.
I pretty much cleared those spaces to my right and the whole shelf that the camera's sitting on right now. Now I just have to tackle like this main desk area.
Neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to get you grounded. Keep good things inside your ears.
This is my completed desk space. Heaps more open space. So if I decide to get heaps of notes out or paper out or draw anything, then I can do that. So I've got like my rulers, scissors, pencils, pens, highlighters. Just got my plug here, so this is to plug in my phone or my iPad, and then I'm charging my camera, charging my mic, so those just live there, and I get my computer charger out when I need it. Mic, batteries, mic case, sanitizer, and then I always have a water bottle because you need to hydrate. So I always have this. It's probably usually sitting down here somewhere while I'm studying, but I've just put it up there for now. Plus I've got my candle going and it smells so divine. I've got my headphones. So these are just ones I grab usually when I'm leaving the house, like to go on the bus and stuff. And then this little section here is just like my collector stuff. So my collector pencils, this came with the pencils 1 month. It's like This is the amount of plastic you need to mount to make your own vinyl record. Plus my little granite from Yosemite. I've got my pictures here and my pencil collection. And then over here I've just got like my textbook. I have more textbooks up in the cupboard, but don't really use them as much as this one. Plus I've got textbooks online. So I've got my textbook, my colour pens and my flashcards. And then up here I've just got these little pictures, and at the back is colour pencils that I don't use as much. My international coins, which is just like a random little collection. And then I've got my Bose noise cancelling headphones, and then my Bose sports one.
Feeling blessed.